friends, Pixie Girl 45 here with another how to draw video. Today we are going to be drawing Wobbuffet. Sorry, I got this figurine recently and I thought it was perfect. I actually felt bad because I have a I have a Cyndaquil figurine that would have been perfect for when we were working on Cyndaquil, but alas. Right, so today we're going to be drawing Wobbuffet. Now this this is not what we're going to be drawing, and it is pretty good, except the arm is too short and I left no room for the tail. So this is how we will be drawing Wobbuffet. I have included some nice fanciful little guidelines for you, mostly for my own self. I included them for myself. So what we're going to be doing, since we have our eraser, I don't have my permanent marker right now, so I'm just going to be using a normal pen. I need to find out what happened to my marker at some point. But we're going to start by drawing a line in half, roughly half the page. Roughly half, okay? Both ways. Roughly does not have to be an exact science here. Then we're going to draw a quarter on both of these. Whoops. And I know you can't see that well, but it's basically split into 8 pieces right now. You're going to take this and on one side put it here. Then you're going to skip a spot and do it here. Roughly halfway again. So there's basically 12 pieces on your paper. You basically cut it in. This is 1/2 with a quarter and 2/8. 1/2 with a quarter and 2/8. So the next thing we do, now that we have it like this, you want to have your paper like this, so that the quarter, the one with the mark there, is on top. And this is roughly where we're going to try to end our circle. Roughly where we want to end it. And we're going to make a teardrop shape to about here. This is the 5/8 mark down the page. So from the 1/8 to the 5/8, make kind of like a fattish teardrop. And you want to try to keep it close to the thing. Then this side we're going to draw it out quite a bit, actually, because then we're going to go in to about here, like that. And don't worry, because it's not actually going to be that thin. There we go. I feel like I have to really draw my lines heavy so you guys can see them. Alright. Next, we are going to be drawing a little bit, basically follow a slightly curved line from here and just drop it down like that. And then we'll erase this line here so that it has almost connect, and then it's got like this little flop. Just like that. Then underneath it, you're going to draw the arm at a slight slant up. Take up the rest of the page at this point. Just put out the arm. I kind of feel like it's like a pony arm, but there we go. Okay, so then you're going to kind of follow the arm line across. This is going to be the bottom of the other arm. It's going to come out to almost top the head. So it comes straight out, slants, straightens out, gives kind of a rounded top before going back down, just like that. I may have made that a little too wide. There you go. And there we have the 2 arms of the Wobbuffet. Might actually bring this in to make the arm a little longer. Just because. The arm looks a little short. Now, to finish this off, we need to create the legs of the Wobbuffet. And we're actually going to cut off like half of this. Like right there. And we're going to draw a very, very, very curved, like flipper situation here. Roughly here, where you want it to be. Now we'll shape this in a minute. Now we have to go to this side and kind of draw another till about there. Right, so I always try to like keep this lined up like this. So a little bit further. Okay. Yeah. Right, so this one is basically, you're going to want to come up and draw a line like that, and then draw a line like that. So now this one is predominantly in the front. This one, it's about equal where they are. So obviously this one's in the foreground. And just like that. And like that, we have completed step 1 of the Wobbuffet. Right. So on to the next step. And this step, we are going to be adding his tail and his smile, his iconic Wobbuffet smile. So, oh, and adding more shape to his legs. So starting with his legs, we're basically just gonna draw like this. This whole leg is just out in the forefront. Just like this. Okay. This one kind of comes up. Whoop! I broke my leg. And just like that. Then on this one, this is going to come almost all the way like this. Just like that. We'll pretend it's not connected. And then this one, just like, it's like, hey, other foot, how are you doing? Okay. So now we have the feet. We're going to draw the tail, which is, whoops, just going to be a curved line from about here down to here. I want you to make the curve wider. And then this is going to curve in and curve out like that. I'm not really describing this really well, so I'm hoping it comes out good on paper. So that's basically how you want the tail to look. And then for the mouth, I have included some guidelines. You want his mouth halfway through the stomach. So between the arm and this line, roughly halfway. And then his mouth is going to start from here to the middle of the arm. So, like, this is the line for his mouth. And we're just going to draw a zigzag with 3 points, like that. Then we're going to draw a line that goes all the way down here and all the way back up. And then a line here, but that may be a little too high. Yeah, probably. Something along the lines of that. There you have it. That is the next. And now for the final step. His eyes and the eyes on his tail. And that will be pretty much done, Wobbuffet. his eyes go from about here to the top of his arm, is about where the eye line is, which makes me feel like I put his mouth up a little too high on this one. His mouth just a little too high. So we're going to draw a very acute angle like this. Then roughly the same acute angle on this side, like this. Now the top of his eyes are thicker, so you're going to want to come out and just make a wider angle and do a couple more lines. Just like that. And then there you have Wobbuffet's face. And for his tail, you're going to want to put one circle here and the other circle here. And then you're going to put a tiny little dot in the center of each circle. And there you go. That is Wobbuffet. It is now time to ink and color him in. And there you go. There we have it. Wobbuffet. It is now time to color him in. Alright, so there we have it. Wobbuffet. Compare him to the other one I drew. And the lovely, figurine of Wobbuffet. I'd say they look fairly similar. What do you guys think? Alright, now here is where I would normally say thanks for watching. But I never showed you what was under this final piece of paper. Oops. Ready? Reveal! That's right, it's Giraffee. Thank you. Basically, what it wants you to do after you've learned how to draw Wobbuffet is that it wants you to try another Pokemon with a crazy tail, like Giraffee. And I can already tell you some things I did wrong. I made the torso too long. But the thing about Giraffee is they didn't give me any guidelines. I literally drew this following basic shapes on the picture. Basically, all the skills they've been making me use for these guys, I put into use into this guys, and I will be showing you how it's done.